Hi everyone, welcome to Tathastu. So we have completed our national park series, and if any national park will be news, I would definitely cover it. And today we are going to learn about Biosphere Reserve. In fact, UPSC has asked many questions from Biosphere Reserve. So today we are going to learn about some basic facts, the definition of Biosphere Reserve, what are the zones in a Biosphere Reserve, and what is the need for their conservation. So starting from the definition, what is a Biosphere Reserve? So according to UNESCO, which is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, a biosphere reserve is a terrestrial, that means land, coastal, marine, or a mix of such ecosystem. That means an area comprising of land, area comprising of coastal or marine area, or the mix of such ecosystem is defined as a biosphere reserve by the UNESCO. Now moving on, what is the focus of these biosphere reserve? Why are they needed? The most crucial issue of balancing biodiversity preservation, for preserving the biodiversity. Number two, for the pursuit of economic and social growth, for the coexistence of human and wildlife, and the preservation of related cultural values. As you know, the many tribes which are located in the close vicinity of the national park, so they mostly comprise this a particular zone of a biosphere reserve, which we are going to learn about further. Now moving on, these biosphere reserves, thus we have seen they are unique ecosystem for both humans as well as nature, serving as practical illustration of how people and nature may coexist. Now moving on, we'll be learning about three zones of a biosphere reserve. Then we will understand this, that why are they important and why they emphasize on this human wildlife coexistence. And talking about India, there are total 18 biosphere reserves in India, and 12 of them are categorized part of UNESCO Men and Biosphere Program, and these are the biosphere reserves of India. So we can have a look at them quickly. Coal Desert in Himachal Pradesh, Nanda Devi in Uttarakhand, Kutch in Gujarat, Pachmadi and Panna in Madhya Pradesh, Achnakmar Amarkantak, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Nilgiri, Karnataka, Agastyamalai, Tamil Nadu in Kerala. Then moving on, Gulf of Mannar in Tamil Nadu, Sisachalam in Andhra Pradesh, Simlipal in Odisha, Sundarbans in West Bengal, Nokrek in Meghalaya, Dihang Dibing in Arunachal Pradesh, Manas and Dibru Sekhova in Assam, and Kanchenjunga in Sikkim. You can take a screenshot of this. These are the biosphere reserves of India, of which there are total 18 biosphere reserve, and 12 of them are part of UNESCO's MAB program. Now, World Network of Biosphere Reserve. This is also important. UPSC may ask you what is a World Network of Biosphere Reserve, or the definition about it. So let's see. The biosphere reserves that makes UNESCO's World Network of Biosphere Reserve, they are internationally recognized protected places. So what is WNBR? It is internationally recognized protected places designed to promote what is the need? To promote sustainable development by demonstrating harmonious relationship between people, that means humans, and the environment or the wildlife as well. And they were developed as a result of UNESCO's MAB program. Always remember, 12 Biosphere Reserve of India are part of this MAB program, or the Man and Biosphere Reserve. Moving on, the collaboration between the northern and southern hemisphere is made easier through this World Network of Biosphere Reserve. This World Network of Biosphere Reserve, it is internationally protected areas, and it promotes collaboration between northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and it is a special tool for fostering cross-border cooperation, where different countries can share different information related to wildlife, related to some cultural things, some cultural values. So it is a special tool for this cross-border cooperation through knowledge exchange. You can share your experiences, you can share how to capacity building and the promotion of the best practices in the context of wildlife. Now, this World Network of Biosphere Reserve is a new project of UNESCO's Man and Biosphere program, which we have studied just now. Now, what is biosphere conservation? And what are the government's initiative under this? So, since 1986, the government of India has been implementing a program. It is known as Biosphere Reserve. And talking about the financial assistance, government provides 90:10 to northeastern state. That means 90% share is borne by the central government and 10% by the state government. And 90% is the share of our central government to the northeastern state and the Himalayan state. And when we talk about other states, the share is 60:40. 60% by the central government and 40% by the state government. This is the share, this is the financial assistance which is provided by the government. Now, what is the role of Biosphere Reserve? So, local communities and all other interested parties are involved in planning. So, local communities' ideas are also taken into context under this program and for planning and the maintenance of Biosphere Reserve. In India and throughout the world, Biosphere Reserve are established for 3 basic functions. So, Biosphere Reserve performs basically 3 basic functions. First is preservation of cultural variety and wildlife within, that is they promote in situ preservation within the reserve only. First important function of Biosphere Reserve is preservation of cultural variety and wildlife, that is in situ conservation. Second is sustainable. We have seen sustainable economic and social growth, sharing knowledge, building capacity, all that thing. So, sustainable economic growth for reserves, socio-cultural and natural environment. And third is to assist logistics and promote development through study, observation and other research programs which are conducted in Biosphere Reserve. Now, talking about the zoning scheme, which I have said that they are divided, the Biosphere Reserve is divided into 3 areas. These are the areas. Number 1 is the core area. So, this is the just a minute. This is the core area where you can see where mostly national parks are located in the core area. Human interference in this area is restricted. Now, this is the most important part from where UPSC can frame questions from the zoning scheme, from the different zones in which a Biosphere Reserve is divided. So, number 1 and the most important zone is the core area where the human interference is restricted, and most of our national parks are located in this zone. The core area generally consists of national park as well as our wildlife sanctuaries protected under the WPA, that is our Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. You can see over here, this is the core area. Now, moving on towards the second area. Second is the buffer zone. Buffer zone generally surrounds or adjoins the core region. So, this was our core region. This is our buffer zone surrounding the core region, and it can be used for activities. Now, human interference is generally restricted in our core area, but here some activities are permitted, and it can be used with certain activities compatible with sound environmental practices. That means there should be no destruction towards environment, and the activities which are permitted are environmental education, ecotourism, recreation and applied, and for basic research as well. You can see over here. So, this is the buffer zone where you can perform basic research, where you can perform certain activities, recreational activities, ecotourism. So, all this is permitted in a buffer zone. Now, moving towards the transition area. It is the outermost area. So, this is our core area, this is our buffer zone, and this one is our transition zone, the outermost area, and it plays a central function in sustainable development. Now, when we talked about this core area, we have seen it is the most important. Why? Because most national parks, wildlife sanctuaries are concentrated over there, and human interference is restricted over there. But when we talk about this transition area, it plays a central function in sustainable development. So, why it plays a central role in the sustainable development? Because it permits human settlements, various agricultural activities and other uses. You can say, see over here, there are human settlement, you can conduct research over there, okay, you can have your some educational research over there. So in this area, particularly this transition area, promotes this human wildlife coexistence. I hope everything about the biosphere reserve, the definitions and the area specifically from where UPSC frames question is clear to you. And if you find the session interesting, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.